So there's a few different type of Trump voters out there today. Remember when Trump first won in 2024? The Google search that spiked the most in red states was, how do I change my vote? People actually thought they could change their vote because they were already having buyer's remorse 1 or 2 days after he won the presidency. Today, there's a different type of Trump voter out there. There's the person who watches Fox News, OAN, and Newsmax so much that no matter what Trump does, they're just like, trust the process. We know it's going to work out. I mean, you can tell them over and over again, hey, what does this have to do with the price of groceries, the price of eggs, or the price of gas? And they'll say, it's the big picture. Some of them are even saying, hey, we're willing to pay more so that Trump can get his agenda forward. That's what they're saying. So those people are probably never going to change. They're the people that we say are in a cult. They are who they are. Donald Trump is their messiah. Nothing that he can do will change for them. They see him, wanting to take over Canada, wanting to take over Mexico, wanting to take over the Panama Canal, wanting to take over Greenland, wanting to take over Gaza. They see all that as a part of some huge master plan that somehow is going to lead to lower gas, grocery, and egg prices for them. So stop wasting your time on these people. I mean, it's barely worth it to waste your time on anyone who voted for Donald Trump. But there are people like this guy. And okay, so one side of me is like, okay, at least he's seeing the light in some type of way. But even after realizing, even after fucking around and now obviously finding out, he's still saying dumb shit about the 2024 election.
All I can say, I was a dumbass, voted for Trump only because of my beliefs. People around me encouraged it. I can think for myself, yes. But I felt at the time that was the better choice. Now I'm looking at it with everything going on. It was the worst decision I ever made. I wanted not to vote. But people said you won't be able to have a say in anything if you don't vote. I totally regret this. I shouldn't have voted at all.
So he starts this off by saying, I didn't even want to vote, but then people urged me to. But don't worry, I can think for myself. No, you can't. The problem with a lot of these people is this. They voted for Donald Trump in 2016 because they wanted something different. So they got that. They watched him screw the country over for 4 years, and then they decided not to show up for him in 2020. But then, because they were fed a bunch of lies by Republicans, said that Joe Biden raised inflation, Joe Biden raised their gas prices, their grocery prices, and their egg prices, they decided to have amnesia and show up for Donald Trump again in 2024. And now suddenly they're like, oh my God, I can't believe he's lying to us. I can't believe he's starting out so bad. This is the same Donald Trump who left office because you didn't vote for him in 2020. This is the same Donald Trump who screwed up the COVID response. This is the same Donald Trump who lost all the jobs. This is the same Donald Trump who oversaw all those deaths during the COVID response because he decided it's not a big deal. It's going to go away when the sun comes out. And if it doesn't, drink some bleach and you'll be okay. The same Donald Trump who's now lying to you and talking about things that have nothing to do with getting your grocery prices, your egg prices, and your gas prices down, is showing you exactly who he is. And after all of this guy is still saying, I shouldn't have voted. No, you should have voted for Kamala Harris because not voting is the same as voting for Donald Trump. And I can't believe we're literally 15, 16 days in. We've seen nothing but horrible stuff. And this guy's like, I shouldn't have even voted. Kamala Harris was trying to get us to build cheaper, more affordable houses here in America. Donald Trump is trying to build a freaking golf course in Gaza. Kamala Harris wanted to do things for Americans. Donald Trump just chanted America first, and now he's not doing anything that helps any Americans. This guy who looks like he either right now or will soon be depending on Social Security and Medicare knows that Donald Trump is going to drain those systems, and he's still saying, I shouldn't have voted. What the hell is wrong with these people? And again, I've said, many of these people, it's not even worth trying to change them. I don't empathize with them one bit. This guy gets exactly what he deserves. If Donald Trump drains Medicare and Social Security and this guy suffers because of it, I have no empathy for him. The problem is this guy fucked around and now all of us have to find out. See, that's the biggest problem I have with all of this. I talk about fucking around and finding out a lot. And I really talk about it in terms of, Republicans having to deal with it. But it's not just them. It's all of us. All of us are finding out that the decisions made by people who just seem to forget all the bad things that were done between 2016 and 2020 are affecting every single one of us. It's going to be a long 4 years. I don't know. I mean, I try to get on here and I try to, bring some positive news every once in a while as well. And that's going to be one of my themes, is trying to bring a little bit more positive news, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are getting it gets frustrating listening to some of the negatives all the time. And I've told people, as a content creator, I know it's weird coming from me, but some of you got to unplug. You got to take some time away from this stuff. You got to, get close to your family, get close to your friends, call some people up. Don't just call them, meet up with them. Meet up for dinner with someone, meet up for lunch, have a beer, whatever you enjoy doing. Get out, touch the grass, do some things, because it's going to be a long 4 years. We are at the beginning and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And listen, I've said this many times. People like myself and other honest pro-democracy media out there are the only ones that are going to be honest with you when all of these things are going on. The mainstream media is now gaslighting you. They've bent the knee to Donald Trump. So please, if you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. And also, please check out the merch store. The shirts that we have there are hilarious. My people who are, designing these things, they're putting more and more content out there. You got to check it out. www.leftlaughs.com. Check out the merch. Please subscribe to the page. I really do appreciate you guys. Period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in they heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.